Hi, I'm Larry Hotz, and you might not recognize me because I've got the new look, the summer look from the mountains. But I'm privileged to be with Megan Aller. She's an account executive with First American Title, and she's a statistician. And she's got some great stats on what's going on in the Denver real estate market. You know, Megan, I hear on the media all the time in Denver that our market is deteriorating, and we're no longer a seller's market, and it's a great time for buyers. Has our market really changed that much statistically?
Sure. So typically what we're looking at is roughly about 15 different variables that we're measuring in comparison to each other in order to realize a longer, more extended shift that would indicate the buyer has a favorable opportunity. As of right now, we haven't seen anything that indicates more than what we would typically see as our seasonal shift that spans from about July 4th up until Labor Day weekend through about the end of September. And so I don't have any indication right now that extends that, saying that it's going to trend further deeper into a buyer's market. We still have a very incredibly strong seller's market at this point. However, there is this nice little window of opportunity that exists between Independence Day weekend and Labor Day weekend where prices do retract back because we have more inventory, demand is tapering off, but it's nothing more than a seasonal transition.
And would you expect this seasonal transition then to take us to a stronger market into the fall?
Typically what we expect to see is the drop-off in our marketplace hasn't exceeded what we would typically expect to see seasonally. Usually what happens by the time that we hit October is that supply starts to come back down again because most people are deciding to wait to list their homes until next spring. Prices are determined by the relationship between the amount of listings that are available in the marketplace as well as the amount of buyers that are in the marketplace. When that supply comes down and our buyer pool continues to stay constant, what happens is prices stabilize. Typically prices stabilize through the end of October, November, December. Then by the time that we circle through January, that's the lowest point of our year. And it's a funny thing, it's the weekend directly following Super Bowl that our market typically picks up here in Metro Denver.
Really? And that's when you say picks up, that's when you would expect there to be more listings on the market and more buyers coming into the market.
Not necessarily listings yet. Part of what thrives our real estate market or drives our appreciation is that our buyer pool becomes more active in the marketplace before our listing pool does. That mismatch between supply and demand is what drives our appreciation rates from January through June annually. And we've realized this shift in the marketplace over the last 7 or so years. It's been very consistent. Nothing leads me to believe that next year is going to look any different than the last 7 years of our real estate cycle. However, we are starting to hit some of those affordability inflection points, but interest rates are saving us from that and keeping homes very affordable here in Metro Denver.
Oh, that's great. And just in terms of the supply, in other words, how many homes are on the market, this is the largest inventory we've had, if I'm correct, about 3 years.
Correct.
And so the supply is higher for buyers.
Correct.
But how is that translating to prices? Are they going down like you might expect as supply increases?
Sure. So they're going down seasonally as we would expect them to see. Typically what happens is we have a run-up in prices that goes anywhere between 9 to 13% January through June. And then what happens July through September is our prices end up retracting by 3 to 5%. That's why we call that Goldilocks zone of opportunity for buyers that are searching for homes. They have twice as many options in the fall. Prices are falling backwards, which allows them to have more purchasing power. What's incredibly fortunate right now is with those interest rates dropping down to the lowest level they've been in 2 years, they've got enhanced buying power on top of that this year.
Well, I know you can't say it, so I will. Because those interest rates have come back down almost 1% from where we were 10, 11 months ago. This is a great opportunity, and realtors always say that. But you know what? This really is a great opportunity for buyers because the inventory is higher, the selection is better, and the prices are not going up as quickly, and there's lack of multiple offers compared to what we experienced in the spring.
Correct.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.